Alan, my name causes me so many problems. It's not my first name, it's a problem, it's my last name, Akbar. I was flying to Spain like last year, it's a cheap holiday by me, and I'm running up to the airport, hungover, I'm out of breath, I'm always late for things. Running up to the Ryanair desk, tiptoeing past the guys in the armed guards, that always freaks me out, with the guns me. And I'm up the Ryanair desk, out of breath. She says, "Oh, passport please." I always put my passport in the chest pocket here, but I don't have that shirt on, so I'm looking around for it. And she goes, "What's your name?" Alan Akbar. She goes, "It's an unusual name." She's going, "Oh, Alan Carr, like a comedian." I'm like, "No, Alan Akbar." She's going, sorry, Alan Ackland. And I'm getting frustrated, I can't. No, she goes, "I said Alan Akbar, Alan Akbar." And she goes, "Oh, Alan Clark." And obviously I just lose it, I'm hungover, I just can't find a passport, I'm sweating, I'm like, "It's Alan Akbar, Alan Akbar!" Suddenly the cops are looking with guns, I'm on the floor, dogs barking in my face. I'm not going to Spain, I'm going to Cuba. It was even worse customs on the way back, but I don't know what it is, wherever I go in life, randoms always shout my name. It doesn't matter if I'm clubbing in Paris or if I'm waiting for a train in Madrid. I was at a Ariana Grande concert in Manchester once. Yeah, I'm trying to push that joke for as long as it can. I guess in London, so it's not going to get any better there. Yeah, no, it's, anyway, my name's Alan, my pronouns are it and ginger. I'm single, ready to mingle, ginger, ready to finger. I identify as a straight, middle-aged, cis male, but I was actually born a baby. No, I always, growing up, I come from Southampton, that's like an hour south here in Hampshire. I always felt uncomfortable growing up as a teenager. I always felt uncomfortable in my own skin, so I often had to borrow someone else's. But yeah, I've been doing stand-up for a while, and it's like swings around actually. I'm still trying to find my feet. They're there, right? That's a throwaway joke. Yeah, it was my grandmother's dying wish for me to do stand-up comedy. I tell a lie, her dying wish was not to die, but the wish before that. So, penultimate final. I've got the penultimate final wish. That's pretty good. And yeah, I just feel like I should have done it when I was younger, because 20 years ago, if you said, "Do you want to be in a sitcom?" I'd have jumped at the chance. Now, I think I'll prefer to sit down, if I'm honest. But, you know, funnily enough, I was actually supposed to be doing a fundraising gig for Alzheimer's tonight. I forgot. So, yeah, I just hope this goes better. You know, I'm not going to do it long. I hope this gig goes better than my last gig, because I hate to sound paranoid, but on my last gig, it felt like everyone was laughing at me. Yeah, I won't be an issue tonight. Oh, I see the Taliban are back actually. I noticed. Sorry, I was segue, just forgot. I'm new at this. So the Taliban are back. They're in that G20 climate change. You know that thing where all the world leaders go to pretend to give a shit about the environment? And I see him shaking hands with Keir Starmer. And I thought, you know, we know Keir Starmer's like about rooting out extreme political ideologies. So, you know, he's serious. Shaking hands with the fucking Palestine. You know, with the Taliban. Brilliant. No, anyway, I got racist Freudian slip. Now, you know, in all fairness though, the Taliban, they said they're going to cut the carbon emissions in Afghanistan by 50% in 1 year. Afghanistan's a big country, so cutting the carbon emissions by 50%. That's quite an ambitious claim. They're a bit cocky though, because they only allow half the population to drive. Right. No, in all fairness, this is the point where I try and make, there's a lot of misogyny going on in comedy. I don't necessarily agree with it, but we all get desperate for jokes. Let's be honest, if you're a comedian, if you've got a moral high ground, that disappears about 5 weeks in. You can't all be Seinfeld, I'm sorry, but like... So what I've done is, like in America they have these your mama jokes, your mama's this, your mama's that. Yeah. So I try and, look, for the enlightened age, I try and write some sort of politically correct, sensitive, you know, sort of, I wouldn't say woke, but it's been said a lot tonight, you know. See what you think, it's still new. Your mum is so fat that she provokes my socially inherent misogynist tendencies that are laying dormant in my psyche, but I've never even noticed were present before, not even on a subconscious level. This one's a bit full of it. Your mum is so cheap I heard she closed 10 points below the Nasdaq stock at the end of the last fiscal quarter. That's particularly cruel considering the social economic turmoil we're living under. This one gets a bit nasty. Your mum is so warm and welcoming that a deeply maternal instinct triggers my abandonment and insecurities and makes me project a false macho persona to overcompensate my deeply rooted inadequacies.
Wow.
I often like find that I'm projecting a lot of my own inadequacies or fears in jokes, and I also can't have 5 minutes, so that's one of them. But your mum's dick is so small, I like to think.